morning, welcome to Maths Live. Give this challenge question a go following yesterday's lesson. I'll do some shout outs, we'll see what the answer is, and then we'll start with today's lesson. So, off you go. We've got Mia and Noah. Hello. We've got Jack and Liam. Hi, Jack and Liam. Phew, we're on time. I was actually late. I was actually a minute late. There seems to be a problem with starting Facebook Live at the moment. It starts, but the video doesn't start, so you are not late. You are perfectly on time. Right, so let's have a look at this. So working on a challenge like this, 2/3 plus 5/7. We can't do this calculation at the moment. You can only add fractions when the denominators are the same. So we need to change them. Now, I just want to make it clear, this is only to do with adding and subtracting. You'll see next week how it's different for different calculations. Okay, we can't turn 3 into 7. We can't turn 7 into 3. So there's a different way that we find new denominators to complete our question. The best way to get a common denominator is to find a multiple of both 3 and 7. And the easiest way to do it is in your head sneakily to times 3 by 7. And 3 times 7 is 21. Okay? Right. How did we turn 3 into 21? We times it by the opposite number, by 7. So we do the same to the top. So because we times 3 by 7, we then do 2 times 7, which is 14. And then same for this side. What do we times 7 by to make 21? Well, that was 3. So we do the same to the top. 5 times 3 is 15. So the answer is 29 over... Oh, not 29. What was I talking about? No, 29. I am right. 29 over 21. Okay? 29 over 21. Improper fraction. Okay? I'm not going to ask you to change that today because that is the main part of today's lesson and we're not focusing too much on improper fractions. So don't worry if you do get an improper fraction in your answer. It's just showing you that you've used quite high level fractions. Okay? Right, good. So, today's lesson. Simplifying fractions. So if you've got the worksheet, you can have it ready. So again, I said this yesterday, we've done a lot of fraction calculations in Maths Live over the last year, and I don't know how long it's been now. I think 14 months Maths Live's been going on for, no, probably about 15 months. But we've only done about 1, possibly 2 simplifying fractions lessons. So I really want to emphasise this. Why? Is because all these fraction calculations that you do, often enough when you're in, sometimes year 5, but definitely in year 6, it'll say give your answer in its simplest form. So you'll have done all that hard work working out all those questions, but then there's still an extra step at the end which can prevent you from getting full marks, if not the whole mark. Okay, so what do we mean by simplifying fractions? Well, on the first question, I've put 2 over 4. Okay, now in terms of simplifying, you've got a numerator and a denominator. We know about that fraction, numerator and the denominator. To simplify it, you're trying to spot if there's any numbers, any factors of, any that divide into both of them. So I'm trying not to use too complicated lingo here because I don't want to cross over too many topics. So is there a number that you can divide 2 before? Are they in any of the same times tables? Well, 2 and 4 are both in the 2 times table. So you can divide the top and the bottom by 2. Okay, And how many 2's are in 2? 1. How many 2's are in 4? 2. So 2 over 4 is the same as a half. So simplified, it makes a half. So you're looking, ooh, numerator, ooh, denominator. So a times table where they both occur in, that's what you're doing each time. Is there a times table that works? Okay. I want to throw the word factor in there. So if you know what, because I know you're in different age groups, if you know what factors are, that's what we're using today. Okay, the next one. 35 over 40. Okay. And we need to simplify it. Right, times tables. Now, they're both not in the 2's because we've got 5, because it's an odd number. 3's, now, one that really, really jumps out for me is because they both end in a 5 or a 0. What times tables do all numbers end in a 5 or a 0? The 5's. So we can divide the top by 5 and we can divide the bottom by 5. So how many 5's are in 35? 7. How many 5's are in 40? 8. So it's 7 over 8. Simplified. Just want to let you know, you should still check after you simplified it once. Just check. Can you simplify it again? No. There's no numbers that have 7 and 8 in both the same times table. Okay. Right, I'm going to give you a go now. So, 3 over 6. Ooh, a bit of a tricky one here. 18 over 20. Can you have a go at simplifying those fractions for me? Hi, Laura and James. Hello. Hi, Caris. Hi. Oh, got some answers coming in. Hi, Stu. Oh dear. You're going to confuse so many people in the chat now. The person that's put hi Stephanie is because they're from New Zealand and that's how they pronounce my name in New Zealand, Stephanie. So, hello Stu, thanks for that. Good evening, by the way, over there in New Zealand. Right, back to the maths. Anyway. Right, 3 over 6. Can we think of a number that is in what times table they both occur in? What times table is in? Has 3 in it? Which times table has 6 in it? The 3's. They're both in the 3 times table. Okay, so how many 3's are in 3? 1. How many 3's are in 6? 2. So it's a half. Right, can we think of a common factor of both 18 and 20? Right, sometimes you'll be asked to find the highest common factor as quickly as you can. But I've realised that a lot of kids can spend a lot of time going through that and then possibly get a bit confused and write the wrong answer. It's fine not to jump straight to the first answer. You can do it in steps as long as you get to the simplified answer at the end. So you'll see in a second with this. Right, 18 and 20, they're both in the 2 times table. Okay, they're both even numbers. So I'm going to divide them by 2 to start. Okay, so that'll be 9. Okay, and 20 divided by 2 is 10. Okay, so 9 over 10, half and half. Let's see how you got on. Let's have a look. Hi Rufus! It's not putting me off my lesson. It's making me laugh. Okay. I hope that was all alright with that one. So next two. 4/36. I'm going to let you guys have a go at that one. And 5/35. I'm going to let you have a go at that one. Try that for me. I don't think I need to explain that one. Ooh, very good. Got some answers. By the way, if you do have this sheet, when it says working out, that's to help you do any simplifying at the bottom. Okay, 4/36. Now, again, you might not, if you're not so confident with your times tables, you might go, right, they're both even numbers, I'm just going to halve them. Okay, so half of 2 is 2. Okay, and then half of 36, ooh, what's half of 36? Well, half of 30 is 15, and half of 6 is 3, so if you blend that together, that's 18. But look, you can halve it again because we've still got 2 even numbers left, so if we divide this by 2 again, that will be 1/9. But some of you might have spotted that 36 is in the 4 times table, so you went straight to 1/9, which is fine. I'm just showing you can do it in steps. There's nothing wrong with that. 5/35, right, well, they both end in 5, so they must both be in the 5 times table. So divide the top and the bottom by 5. That'll be 1/7, because 35 divided by 5 is 7. I think we're getting the hang of this. Okay, let's have a look. Oops. So we've got 3/30, 44/48. Oh, we've already got, why has 2/4 appeared again? We're not doing that one again. And 10/45. Oops. We've already done the halves, we're not doing that again. I don't know why that's appeared twice. Oh, got some answers. Okay, let's have a look. So 3/30. Right, well, they're both in the 3 times table, so I'll divide the top and the bottom by 3. 1/3 is 3, and 10/3 is 30. So 1/10 for that one. Now, with this one, I know they're both even numbers, but I'm really good at my 4 times table. Now I've noticed that they're both in the 4 times table. Because 11 fours are 44 and 12 fours are 48. And I know these are big numbers that I've ended with, 11/12. You might think, well, surely I can simplify that again. But there is no common factor of both 11 and 12. There isn't a times table that has 11 and 12 in it. Okay, so that is your final answer. With 10/45, well, they both end in a 0 or a 5, so I'm going to divide them by 5. So that will be 2 and 9. Okay, and again, there isn't a common factor are both 2 and 9. You can't simplify it any more. Okay. I'm going to do 2 more from the sheet. Those of you who are patrons can do the last 3. But, as well as doing the 6 over 14 and 4 over 28, I'm actually going to give you an extra challenge that's not on the sheet. Okay. I'm going to do 28 over 42. That is a super challenge that's not on the sheet. So give that a go. Okay, let's see how you got on. Okay, so 6 over 14. I think, well, 14 isn't in the 6 times table, so I need to go to a different... Well, they're both even, so I'm going to go straight to the 2s, because that might be the only way I can go. Okay, so this is where you might... Don't overthink it. If they're both even, maybe just start with the 2s. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. So I can... That was the only way I could go, dividing it by 2. Okay, so 3 over 7 for that one. 4, right, hang on, I'm just going to check. Is 28 in the 4 times table? So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. It is. So if I divide the top and the bottom by 4, that is 1 over 7, 4 7s to 28. Again, I could have divided them both by 2 because they're even numbers. If you did that and you still got a 7th in the end, after a few more jumps, great. Now this is one example where you might have spotted the times table really, really quickly, a common factor, but they are quite big numbers. So maybe let's go into halves. Let's take it in steps. So 28, they're both even numbers. Okay, half of 28 is 14. Half of 42 is 21. Okay, now then, I can't half 21, right? But I should still check if there's any times table that have both of these numbers in. So not in the 3s, not in the 4s, not in the 5s, not in the 6s, 7s. Now 7, 14, 21. So just because one of them's odd and the other one's even doesn't mean that it couldn't be simplified. So if we divide the top and the bottom by 7, it will be 2/3. Well done if you got 2/3 the answer. That's why it was a super challenge, because you do have to do more than one step. And you have an odd and even number thrown in there, so it shows you need to hunt down that common factor. Right, well done. Like I say, those last 3 questions, if you're patrons, give them a go. If you want me to check your answer, send them to me. You've got some more simplifying questions to have a go at tomorrow in your own time. And next week, we're going to carry on with calculating fractions. We're going to be doing multiplying and dividing, where we definitely need our simplifying knowledge as part of the answers. Thank you very much for joining in. I'll see you on Friday for our challenge lesson. Bye-bye.